holiday season is almost here, and it's the 53rd production of the Nutcracker here on the First Coast, and it's fastly approaching. So the amazing production, our associate conductor Nathaniel, he's joined by dancers Sabina and Emery. All three of you look amazing.
Well, thank you.
This is great stuff. Okay, so Nathaniel, let's start with you. The First Coast Nutcracker has been a tradition for, like I said, 53 years. So what do you think keeps audiences so connected with the music and the story?
Yeah, well, you mentioned the 53 years.
That's impressive.
I mean, yeah, it's incredible. We're very grateful for the sponsorship of ViStar. And, you know, it really speaks to, getting to your question, it speaks to the community aspect of the production. I think that's the start of why it draws people in. And then, of course, the story.
Yeah.
You know, it's something, you know, many of us are familiar with, you know, the story of a young girl, Clara, who's a part of this Christmas Eve party. It's larger than life, like many of our memories of, you know, holiday parties when we were a kid. Second act, you know, she goes into this magical world. So, of course, this is a kind of space that kids live in, you know, this sort of creative environment. But then also for adults, you know, it helps us reconnect with our sense of imagination and creativity. And, you know, there's so many layers to it that I think draws people in.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so last year was your first time conducting the production. That's congratulations on a second year. So what's it like to bring the music to life, you know, with the Jacksonville Symphony musicians? That's got to be very cool.
Yes, yeah. Well, as the Jacksonville community knows, we have a world-class orchestra here.
Yes, we do. It is fantastic.
Which is incredible, and so it's a real pleasure to be able to work with these world-class musicians. And this is a piece, you know, it's a personal favorite of mine. And then it's also, you know, this is a piece that these musicians know backwards and forwards. Many of them have probably played it hundreds of times. So to be able to make music with them, there's something fresh every time, something new, even though we know this piece so well. So it's a real pleasure to be able to work with them.
I bet it's cool. Congratulations on 2 years. All right, Sabina, the First Coast Nutcracker involves more than 130 dancers. That's impressive. What does it feel like to step on stage and be part of something so big and so beloved right here in Jacksonville?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's so exciting. For me, as an individual, it's kind of a foreshadow into what my career might look like.
Cool.
I do love dance. And stepping on stage is like the most joyful experience
It's
I
amazing,
get, really.
huh?
For all of us, it's kind of the first time we're all dancing together, all my peers, all my fellow dancers in the Jacksonville community. So all coming together, dancing on a prestigious stage with them is really amazing. It's really fun.
It's very impressive. Congratulations. Nathaniel, I'm going to ask you this real quick. The dancers and musicians must stay in perfect sync, right? So how do you approach this challenge of leading a live orchestra in a movement-driven production like the Nutcracker?
Yeah, well, that's something unique about this production, is that it is the only production in Northeast Florida that has a live orchestra. So it does present a unique challenge. And you know, it really starts, it's the accumulation of months of preparation. I mean, these dancers and many, many more have been working for months on this. You know, big shout out to stage director Rhonda Stampalia for her amazing work with that. And so really, you know, the week of the production, it's a matter of bringing all of that hard work together, being in the moment. You know, there are some tips and tricks of the trade with working with dancers, but in the end, you know, it's all of our preparation coming and being in the moment in performance.
That's very cool.
It's a magical thing.
I'm really glad that you made a shout out to the stage manager, because folks at home, you have no idea how much work the stage manager does. What? It's absolutely impressive.
All the choreography and
All right, Emery, this ballet is filled with iconic moments, from the snow scene to the land of sweets. So which parts do you perform and what makes it so special for you?
Well, I think individually, every single part has its own special qualities. But what makes it most special for everyone and most magical to the audience is getting to dance with the live orchestra. But starting off with Act 1, we get to see Clara with all of her friends in the party scene, which is where I play Party Girl. And then we get to the end of Act 1 to the renowned snow scene, where all the snow falls, and I play Snow in that scene. And then we get to the land of sweets, Clara's magical land, and we get to meet all the individual characters, where I play Spanish, Ribbon Candy, and Waltz of the Flowers, which is
rather busy night for you.
Yes.
That's very cool. Okay, so where do we go to learn some more information and get some tickets?
JacksSymphony.org.
There you go. Easy enough. JacksSymphony.org. Thank you very much, the three of you. I really appreciate you being here today.
Thanks for having us, David.
You guys have a great show. All right.